Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. What's going on? It's DJ iSizzle. That's right. I am your DJ's favorite DJ. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. All right. So today we are going to be talking about. Let me look at my notes here really quick. We're going to be talking about finding great music for mixes, rediscovering classic songs, and then also, where are you going to be putting your music? Where are you going to be uploading the mix? Is it going to be Mixcloud? Is it going to be SoundCloud? YouTube? Twitch? A lot of options. All right, let's start it off here. So, when we talk about a mix, right, I think we really have to think about like quality of songs. Transitions are really important when it comes to like mixing and stuff. Like, not necessarily live mixing like for like parties and stuff, but mixing more for like something you would listen to. Say you're driving somewhere, you're listening to in the house, or you're listening to, outside doing gardening or something like that. So when we think about our mix, right, we want to think about the best possible songs, and then also kind of think about the vibe of the mix. Like, do you want this to be more like an old school mix? Do you want this to be a new school mix? Do you want a little bit of everything in it? What kind of genres are you going to be mixing? I love EDM mixing. I love electronic music. So for me, it's really easy to mix. Hip hop is okay. I've done a lot of mixtapes in hip hop, like for local artists as well as myself. I've done mixtapes of my music, and it's good. Hip hop will probably get you more copyright issues when uploading. Maybe countries will block you on YouTube. So also then you could do like classic rock if you want. I like sometimes what I'll do is I'll find like some Nirvana songs or something like for back in the day, but like somebody's remixed them into kind of like an electronica sound. So it makes it a little bit easier to mix than trying to mix rock music together, which is really hard. So yeah, so what I would suggest then is create yourself like a playlist, like a crate, and just start grabbing songs. Start grabbing songs in there. Maybe think about lyrically what they're talking about, and then also beats per minute. Do you want this to be a slower mix? Do you want to be a faster mix? Do you want to keep it at a certain rate? Do you want to start like at 74 BPM and then work all the way up to 140? Something to think about. Sorry about the dog. That's the neighbor's dog, man. It's always barking. Always barking. It's just, it has something to say all the time. So I guess you got to find great music for your mixes. So if that's the case, then where are you going to find that great music? For me, I'll be out getting a meal somewhere. I'll have my Shazam ready. I'll be like, "What's this song? What is this?" I'll get my Shazam. I'll be like, come on, get it. And it gets it within seconds. Also, if you're in the gym, throw it on. You hear a song, you just, maybe on a TV show, like maybe you're watching America's Got Talent. Maybe you're watching American Idol. American Ninja Warrior. There's a song in the background. You're like, what's that song? Get the Shazam. Get that Shazam going. Round up a bunch of songs on Shazam. Then you go out, you look for them, find them, put them in the folder, put them in the crate. Maybe your favorite movie, you hear a song, you're like, oh, that's a good song. I forgot about that song. Yeah. Grab that song, throw it in the crate. Sometimes you can get extended mixes of songs, makes it a little easier to mix. What else can I say? You don't necessarily need a theme, although it does help. Like, just in naming conventions, like it's better to kind of stick with one genre than to be multi-genre, because a lot of times, like, if people like rock, they don't necessarily like hip hop. If people love country, or people hate country, then why are you putting country songs in there? So kind of think about who your audience is too when you're making these mixes. Like what do they really like in a mix? That's important. Also get your name drops ready. I have like 10, 15 drops that I had custom made. That's got a guy, and then it's also got a woman on there doing the drop. It's like your city's number one DJ iSizzle, like that kind of stuff. Like you put those in between some of your songs. It really helps keep the energy going, and then it really makes it so people, if maybe they didn't, it just randomly comes on or for some reason, they hear who the DJ is. They're like, oh, DJ iSizzle, yeah, and it helps them too, like remember your name the more times they hear it. So I do recommend having custom drops in your mixes. They aren't necessarily requirements, but it does definitely distinguish you as a DJ. So, and the more time people can hear your name, the better it is. The better it is. It's pretty much free PR, if you will. So yeah, that's the best thing I say. Find really great songs, really good quality songs, and then find the best moments in those songs. Some songs, especially in hip hop, like they used to go 3 verses. Man, by that 3rd verse, I am so tired. Like how good are 3 verses in your song? Maybe if it's a feature song, it's cool, but if it's the artist and they got 3 verses in there, whew. So sometimes the first verse is the only verse people know. Something to keep in mind as well. Sometimes you can go 2 verses, then go into the hook. Most of the time, people only know the hook, for the most part. All right. So also rediscovering classic songs. You can watch old movies, 90s, 80s movies. You'll start to hear a lot of the same songs in these movies. Even you could go even like Motown too, like a Temptations, My Girl. Maybe kick it off with that. Get people singing. Something to think about. Now, my experiences on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch. First thing I would say is Twitch is all right for mixing. It blocks songs. So if you're doing a pop mix, be ready for your song to be blocked, muted. Now you're a terrible DJ because your song is muted and people are like, why is it silent? Why is this song silent all of a sudden? So keep that in mind. YouTube is good, but copyright claims will show, and then some countries will like block it. So say for instance, Korea, they can't hear a certain song from a certain artist. I don't know why. I get it. It's your song. You have the right to do whatever you want with it. Me personally, let the song live, man. Just let it go, like stop trying to micromanage your songs, like let them be on every possible place. The biggest songs, they're everywhere. They don't get blocked, none of that stuff. So if it's revenue you're worried about, the bigger the song, the longer it'll last. Let a song last 40 years. You get paid off at 40 years straight. Why try to block a new country from listening to your song? I don't know. Maybe it's country stuff. Anyways, SoundCloud. SoundCloud is good. They haven't blocked any of my songs that I posted. I posted so many different mixes on SoundCloud. Pretty cool. Followers. Not really had too much luck with getting followers and actual listens on SoundCloud. It's okay. Mixcloud. I love Mixcloud. I absolutely love Mixcloud. You can do live mixing, video sets, where people can watch you mix and they don't block any of your music. The only requirement they have is that you can't play 3 songs from the artist on the mix. That's just a requirement they have. I don't know why. They just don't like you to do the best of Michael Jackson mix. They don't want none of that. Absolutely not. They'll just let you know right away. They'll be like, nope, only premium members can listen to this mix. So if you're wanting to get a mix out to everybody, definitely add a variety of artists, and don't add 3 songs from the same artist with Mixcloud. So I guess the best thing I would say is I did Twitch for a little bit and it was all right. They just started blocking me on certain songs and I was just like, yeah, why am I wasting my time doing this if they're going to block me? Like it's so frustrating when you mix for like an hour and a half and then you get a copyright claim and they say, sorry, your song's been muted. It's so like frustrating. It's so frustrating. YouTube is cool, and I started uploading my EDM mixes to them. Like I'll record a mix, and then I'll put like some visual over the top of it, and that's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. A little success here and there, but there's just so much competition with mixes on YouTube too. So I don't know. I release them, and if people listen to them, great. If they don't, oh well. There's a lot of mixes to choose from, so keep that in mind too. But I do it because I like to record it and then listen to it back to see man, I remember I did my first mix. It was like 5 years ago. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. It was terrible. Like, it was really bad. Like, everything was offbeat. It was like, and I thought it was really good at first. I was like, oh, this is so good. Oh, wow, I haven't heard this song in a while and it's so fun. But then you listen to it some more, you're just like, wow, this is really bad. Like, your timings are off. Your pitch is off. Like, it's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. Some quality isn't, songs don't sound the same, lower levels, higher levels. So I had to go in there and delete the mix. Yeah, I deleted the mix, and then I swore I would never mix like that again. So when you record your mixes, you get to listen to them back, and then it's a lot different than when you're live mixing. When you're live mixing, you're making all those decisions in your head. Last second, half second, move your song out. But then when you listen to it back, it's like, oh, you're all relaxed now. And you're like, those moments where you thought you maybe didn't do as well as you could actually sound fine, and they sound good. So it is a good idea to record your mixes. And when it comes to posting mixes, let's see. With Mixcloud, I started out a couple of years ago where I was just posting every possible mix. And sometimes you'd get like 100 streams. Sometimes you get like no streams. Sometimes it would go on charts. Sometimes it wouldn't. So I'd say, like, if you're just starting out, post as many different mixes, hashtag them so you can get them on charts. And then just kind of feel out the mixes. Which one's got the most listens, right? If you have some with the most listens, then say you have 100 mixes up there. Well, but only like 10 of them have like 100 plus, views on them or whatever, streams. Well, the ones that don't have any streams, you could try re-releasing them, Maybe it was just that day or that week, like no one wanted to listen to that type of music. So don't get discouraged if you don't get the views. But it is nice to have your mixes up there too. That's what I've noticed too. And from time to time, I'll just put it on. Like if I'm working out or if I'm going for a walk or if I'm doing stuff around the house, I'll just put on my own mix and just listen to it, Be like, okay, was that a good enough mix? Maybe that song is not the right song for the mix. I don't know. Think about it as a good meal, right? Good mix, good meal, good food. Enjoyable, right? Nothing too heavy. Nothing tastes weird, funky. Nothing smells weird. Think about your mix that way. You're assembling a really good meal. Like think about it that way. Your favorite meal. Professional cook, favorite meal, best food I've ever had. Think about that as your mix. You're mixing all these different ingredients. You're combining greatness together to make a really solid mix that people can really enjoy. So that would be my tips for you on that. Yeah, I deleted my Twitch. Not feeling it. Not for me. Don't be afraid to do the same. I deleted my SoundCloud once too. I reopened it just because I wanted to do a couple mixes up there. It's okay. But I will say Mixcloud is probably my favorite one that I found. Like they don't mute anything and they're just super cool about it. Like they'll let you post as many mixes as you want, whatever you want to do. So I do recommend Mixcloud. You won't get any mutes. You won't get copyright strikes, none of that stuff. So SoundCloud's good too. Depends what your preference is on clouds. YouTube is okay, but they will mute your audio in certain countries as well as here, depending upon the song. So that can be frustrating. You can edit it out, but then what good is your mix, right? And Twitch, just not for me. Maybe it's for you. I don't know, but I just don't like it. I don't like it when they mute your music and your mixes. Because if you're mixing for 2 minutes of a song, you got a 2-minute dead airspace. So you might as well just delete it. You just wasted an hour and a half mixing, So stick to the ones that are good. Stick to the ones you like. What else can I say? I think that's about it. If you got any new mixes, actually post. Well, I don't know if you can post links in the comment, but let me know where I can find it. Like if whatever platform you're on, let me know the name of the mix. I want to check it out. I would love to check it out. I always like listening to new mixes from different DJs. It's very inspiring. As well as like you're like, oh, that was a really good mix, or like that was a really good transition. I would have never thought of doing it that way. So the more you can learn from other DJs, the better, is what I always recommend doing. Yeah, if you got any questions for me about mixes or any favorite songs or mixes that I really like, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to. If not, that's on you. I don't subscribe then. Make sure you like this video, share it, and until next time, man, I will talk to you soon. I hope you're doing well and continually do well. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, later for now.